Hello. In this video we'll look at the new enhancements for colors, ribbons, and personalizations within Worksoft Certify. First off, there's a new theme for the UI. What we've done is we've really focused on visual affordance. So we've looked at how people interact with buttons, how they work with table controls and tree controls. So specifically, we've moved to the new modern ribbon bar. So you see the icon and the label under it. We've changed the way we were doing table controls and tree controls to be more consistent. People we found do like the guidelines and the pluses and the minuses to see the expansion. And then we've actually changed the way we're rendering our tables so they're a little more easy to navigate and see the icons and information inside of them. In addition to that, we've taken a complete new look at how we do the colors. So certain things you work with quite a bit. It could be your requirements, your process, your data, or your results. And then other things, management things like user accounts and that you don't work with as often. So what we've done is we've added color to select menu items that people use the most. So you'll see the oranges, yellows, greens, and blues, and then you'll see a light steel blue for things that people don't use as often. In the latest version of Certify, we've actually added customization here, or personalization of the colors. So what can happen is if you don't like the pre-selected colors, maybe the light gray for the read-only fields or the yellow of the comments, you can actually customize them and they're saved so that when you reopen Certify, they're there. The nice thing is you get real-time feedback as you're changing the colors so you can see what they look like in the UI. Here we have the Certify UI. This is with the default color scheme. So we can see that processes are blue, so that's carried across the titles and the processes themselves. And then you can see when you move to data, the layouts and the colors are consistent here, even down to editing and working with different things. And then when you look at results, you'll see these are all green. So you'll notice when you drill into results, we've changed the way the tree controls work. So we've put plus signs here versus the panes to make it easier to navigate. We've added the leading lines to make it easier to understand where you are. The selected color is a bit darker blue, so it's easier to render. But what you'll notice is the steps are consistently green, and then all the windows around steps are green. The Explorer here has got a new look, and then in processes, you'll see we've done the same things. We've got the nice new toolbar, so we highlight and make it very obvious that paste is not available, but copy is, and then it's easy to understand what the actions are. So if we look at configurations, you'll notice there's a new menu item, colors. So on this page, I have some read-only fields, obviously in my process area, and that's designated as light gray. So what I can do is I can select just a basic custom color. Maybe I want those to be purple. Or I can actually go to the system or the web window picker in Windows and pick a different color. So these are your system colors, and these are our web available colors here. So I have the ability to change these colors and the way I want them to be. Okay? So if you're, say, looking at a process here, we've got the process steps. We have the light yellow here. If I look at the clean window, I have a disabled step, regular steps here. So if I want to get a little more crazy, what I can do is say, let's go on and make those execution steps and comment steps very bright yellow so it's easy to see. Maybe I want to make my skip steps a little bit easier to tell, so I'll make them pink. And then my highlighted steps, the selected steps to light blue doesn't work for me. Maybe I want to go a little bit darker and actually pick a different blue. So what happens is now the colors for the steps are visually changing. So what happens is I can see these in real time and select them. And when I open a process, I now have my new colors here for the fields that are disabled. They're read-only. The fields I can enter are still white. And then I've got very vibrant colors here so I can see where I am within my application. It's very easy to see what I've selected and not. So what we've done is we've looked at the usability, looked at how the tree controls work, the rendering, we've changed our leading lines, got more consistent in our use of the plus and the minus to collapse things so it's consistent against the process and the results windows. We've also done things to improve the usability of the buttons. And then of course we've added the personalization. So if you get a little bit crazy with your personalization, you can always come back to the colors and say reset, and you can reset them to the factory defaults if you want. Now, ideally, you're going to change your colors. They'll be saved locally on your machine, so every time you open Certify, you'll get your new colors. Thanks, and have a great day.